Hey, you just fell into another episode of Off Mic on Record with Mike, Chris, and Ed. Glad you could join us. I believe this is the 0.0069 episode.
It's episode 10.
It's episode 10, yeah. And so glad that you're able to join us on this 10th episode. Woo! Celebrate, y'all.
Hey.
We're at the big 1-0, baby.
You got 10 episodes in.
Boy, do we have an episode for you for this 10th episode. I think.
Yeah. We'll see.
So, everybody, how was your week?
I'll start with me. Still dealing with the day-to-days, trying to get back into the grind of things. I don't know if any of y'all like us, we all work. All of us have regular jobs. None of us are YouTube stars yet, and we haven't quit our jobs yet. So unfortunately, we're dealing with the grinds of life. So unfortunately, I got laid off not too long ago, trying to find something out here, and it's just a hard grind, trying to find a new job, whatever. So that basically on me is just, applying for jobs, interviewing, and hopefully something pops down, something just comes down the pipe, So right now, I'm doing okay. My savings and things like that is getting depleted quickly, but, I am doing okay for currently, and hopefully by the end of this month, I'll be doing better, but we'll see how things progress. So that's for me. Just so anybody that's out there having a hard time, letting you know that we are, as a society, we are closer to becoming homeless than we are becoming rich. If you make under $100,000 or $200,000 a year, anything can happen to where you can lose it almost everything. Don't matter how well you might prepare for it, doesn't mean anything. Just letting you know that.
That's true. My week, it's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing my healthy eating vegetables and all that stuff, so I feel a little bit better. My mind is clear, I'm not cluttered. My work, same old same. Ain't nothing changed. Man, just living life. He right. Some people could still have a job and still be in a financial situation. Money, man. Money be weird. But how about you, Chris?
No, man, shit is real. It is true that a lot more people in this country are financially struggling. They're making less money while everything is costing even more. Right now, to make a halfway decent gaming computer, it's about $7,000. And you remember when you could make a pretty badass PC for like just $1,500 to $2,000 if you knew where to look. Probably even cheaper than that. But fuck, dude, like no one can do anything now except for just like stay home. This is going to turn into the second quarantine, but this quarantine hasn't been triggered by a virus. It's been triggered by hard financial times. No one can go out and do anything.
Talking about the virus, man, we got to talk about that. But I'm gonna let you.
Hold on. Let me hear about this virus, man.
Wait. No. It just I'm gonna segue into something else, but it's about the virus, or not about the virus, but it's a segue. Since you said that, that's a pretty good thing to talk about. But I want to hear what Eddie had to say about what you just said, because it sounded like he was about to say something. I want.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, well, I was gonna talk about a little bit of financial situation. I don't know if you guys wonder or paid attention, but when you go out to eat, everything is high. It's like double the price, double everything. I'm looking like, what? And oh my God, Trump took away the pennies. That's a thing. That's a real thing.
I don't think that was so much a Trump thing, but it was voted on. And yeah, that is crazy that you go, if you have pennies and you go to a restaurant and they owe you a penny back, they won't give it to you. You have to
Yes.
have 3 cents before they'll give you the next 5 cents. So
So I bought a purchase at I was in the hospital and I went to the cafeteria to give me something to eat, and I think I purchased like two hot dogs, aka glizzies.
that's so funny.
You got to say glizzy nowadays.
Yeah, glizzy nowadays.
Like
we had a good conversation about this at a
like
hot dog restaurant. But
literally, the owner of the restaurant was like glizzies. He was like, wait, what's glizzies? So anyway, that was a whole nother conversation. But anyway, so I got my 2 glizzies and fries, and it came out to something. Well, my change back was $1.18. You know how much I got back? $1.15.
Yep.
They made 3 cents off me.
Yep. And that's what I don't understand, because it's like
that dollar. That's crazy.
But if you see, if it was dollar, see, but the funny part was they should have gave you. See, the point is they'll give you lower. They won't give you the next tier up. Even
Yeah,
though
they're supposed to round up.
We're supposed to round up to the next tier. So they should have gave you 20 cents back. But instead, some companies I know are not going to let them do their employees do that. They're going to try to get you over as much as possible.
They got 3 cents off me.
And you got to think, that's 100 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people.
Right.
That's
man, it's crazy. They're finding loopholes and Ponzi schemes and all types of bullshit to make more money.
That is crazy.
It sucks that they took away a way to do something without converting us, like without having a way to convert, to transition into this.
Yeah, I mean, you should round out every transaction to be that transaction.
No, I think what they should do is just that they should say, we're going to stop printing pennies. That's it. And every time any of these companies turn in their deposits or whatever and it has pennies, we take them. And I think every company should be has to be, by law, they have to accept pennies until pennies run out. That's what I think they should have done. Not this, hey, on this day, no more pennies. Right. But see, because they're still charging us with the pennies, ones. Right?
Yeah.
But then now they're taking away our ability to pay for it. So now they just keep God, everything in this country is really pissing me off. It's just like the lengths people would go to make a buck.
Mm-hmm.
And like the billionaires, how much more do they need? Like I want to say to myself, like, hey, I just want to live a good life. Now I'm really like thinking about going into traveling full time, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to do that. But like, that's all I want. I want enough money that will allow me to do that for the rest of my life, and that's it.
That'd be pretty nice.
And I don't need billions of dollars to do that. But no, these billionaires just need all the money they can get so that no one else has money.
That is crazy. So when I was talking earlier, I know we were speaking about, you said something about the virus, right? So did y'all hear about what happened with Dr. Fauci going up? So Dr. Fauci went up to he went it's not really a court but a hearing. And during the hearing, he would plead everything they asked him, he said plead the fifth. He never answered anything. He just plead the fifth. And
hold on, why was all this happening?
Because they were asking him. Okay, so it's about the COVID, right? They were trying. So that they've been trying to push Dr. Fauci under the bus, trying to say he's the one that made all the decisions and everything that happened, and that people shouldn't have got the not the antivirus, but the booster, whatever it is, the shot, right? And since
the vaccine,
the vaccine. There you go. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. The vaccine, and they're trying to find someone to blame because of the non-vaxxers and the Republicans who are saying, we thought this was bullshit anyway, and now, blah blah blah, because Dr. Fauci was a part of the CDC. He was the head of the CDC at this time, and he's a doctor. He's he's a doctor. I know he's a doctor for whatever of health or whatever they call it. I can't think of it right now. If my mind, man, I'm old and it's not so. The brain is not
Okay.
working.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway, beside the point. So they took him to not court, but he went in front of the Senate, and they asked him questions that had to go towards all that stuff to happen. Okay, but he didn't answer nothing. He gave I plead the fifth on everything. He didn't want to answer anything because of and this is how people are. There's two different groups of people. There's people like me who's saying that he's not answering it because he already gave you the answer, and there's no point of reiterating what he already told everybody. There's nothing else here, and there's nothing for you to say. He's telling you based off his experience, off his scientific knowledge, off his being a doctor and everything he knows, and that's what his decision was based off of. And then there's the people on the no vax or the uneducated people who want to say, oh, he took the fifth because he knows we didn't need to be stuck, or we didn't need this, and more people died because they got stuck than not, and all the bullshit, right? So the hearing went, and he pleaded the fifth on everything he said. So now we have, if you look online, you'll see a lot of people crying about, oh well, and even some people who are was vaccinated supporters are now saying, well, maybe we shouldn't have got it because he wouldn't answer the questions or blah blah blah. And it's like, no, he didn't answer questions because they were stupid. You don't. That's like me and you having a conversation, Eddie and Chris. Like we all have a conversation, and I say, hey y'all, what y'all do this weekend? And y'all tell me everything y'all done. And then the next day, I say, hey, we have a conversation. Hey, Chris and Eddie, what do y'all do this weekend? Wait, I just told y'all this. Well, tell me again. Why?
I get why he's doing it, and it is because of that. It's because he feels like, I try to tell everybody. A lot of deaths could have been prevented, but so much misinformation got out, it's useless. The outcome of what that hearing was, whatever it was, it wouldn't have mattered if he had spoke anything or just said, I plead the fifth. The outcome was going to be the same because there's still going to be people who are like, no, vaccines are bad. And they make people, what was it? They give children autism. And then like that has been disproven. And so many things that these people are stuck on has been disproven, but they don't want to believe the proof.
Well, see, the problem is, Chris, is a lot of people are saying this. We were talking about the people who didn't get vaccinated, who are now, they're okay and fine, but they don't. And the people who died from being vaccinated, but it's not from the vaccination; it's from them getting COVID. And see, the problem is that people don't understand that your immune when they told you that you would get COVID, we don't know what your immune system will do, and that's the problem. Right. We don't know if your body's able to feed. You could be 60 or 90 years old and get COVID and somehow come out it perfectly fine. And then there's some people who are, 10 and 12 get COVID and die. Don't matter if they had the vaccine or not. And we didn't. The point was they took the information we had, what we knew, and they tried their best to minimize the casualties of this. But then when it comes down to the point of where we're trying to blame someone, that's just how our government is. They got to blame someone. They got to always blame someone. Instead of them saying, okay, you put this blanket statement out there.
Instead of them taking the blame.
Yes.
Okay. And that's something that I have really noticed with white people is that they don't want to be blamed for anything. They want the freedom to do whatever wicked shit that they can think of and not be I don't know, not have to deal with the consequences. You know, they would go through great lengths to make sure, like look at what happened with the Epstein files. Seriously, right? Right. And every time someone asks him about it, he says, "Oh, it's always on somebody else." You know, and it's like you see this all throughout, like some of the major fuck ups people have made in history that are usually white. They have some bullshit that, like, you find out the stuff that we know about. You find out the lengths that they went to hide it. And it's just like, fuck, just come out, just cop to it, man. It's like, yeah, you fucked up. And it like, it's not on a fuck up like where somebody might lie to their partner. No. This is a fuck up to where it is fucking people up globally.
Yep, chain reaction.
Yeah. And
I want to ask both of y'all something.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
When Johnson & Johnson came out with the vaccine, the first one, to be honest, I don't think he's part of that because Johnson & Johnson is part of the CDC, right?
No, they're just a company that, okay, so how it works, it is that the CDC, they deal with viruses and all the stuff, and they know what they try to know what's always going on with that. Well, when the COVID came out, they have to have companies to work on trying to use scientists to come up with a solution. So Johnson & Johnson used their scientists or whatever, and just like Pfizer was the other company, because Pfizer was the other company, they both used their resources to come up with a antivirus of for this virus or what's going on. And they worked as hard as they could and as fast as they could to come up with something that was tangible that could be used. Okay.
So did you take the first vaccine?
I took the one they gave me. I don't know if it was
Johnson.
I don't know if it was Johnson or Pfizer.
They was the first. They was the first
well, I
one
don't
that
know.
came out.
I don't know, but no, they both came out almost identically. Johnson did come out originally first, but Pfizer was just right behind it.
So wasn't there something with Johnson & Johnson's vaccine? Like there was,
they recalled theirs, and then they re put it back out.
It's called the boost. So when they first did it, which I found out what it was just pure rotten eggs. It was rotten eggs. Turned it to they extract something from the rotten eggs, and that's what we use. Then I guess it didn't work anything, so they came out with a booster. It was called the booster.
Wait, hold on, Eddie. Before you keep going there,
hold on. What are your sources?
Yeah, because I mean the red eggs. The only thing I know about eggs is if it has to do with the antivirus for the flu. Is it the flu?
Well,
the flu.
Hold on. Hold on. We got to look this up because we're putting out misinformation if we don't fact check. We got to fact check right now.
Yes, I think the first vaccine has something to do with rotten eggs from Johnson & Johnson.
All right, we got to talk. This guy kind of quiet here, but
no, I can skip this, but we have to do this because
we need to put
Ed, what you're saying doesn't sound right, and we're not going to put out misinformation.
Right.
All right, I'm not seeing anything regarding eggs.
So I'm looking at the compound that makes the COVID-19 vaccine, Eddie.
Yeah.
Citric acid, trazodone, ethanol. None of this is. I don't think any of this has to do with eggs. Immune
Yeah, I'm not finding anything on my end about it either. Ed, where'd you see this?
Well, I didn't see it. A nurse told me that one of the ingredients was used to create the vaccine was like rotten eggs or something like that was extracted, and they turned it to a liquid or something like that, and it blocked some compound and it didn't work, so they had to come out with the booster. But she was only telling me this because I didn't want to take the booster. So and she started telling me that.
Yeah, it says here Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines do not contain any eggs or egg byproducts and not used as active or inactive ingredients in the manufacturing process.
Okay, see, the reason they put that out because that's what people was thinking.
Okay, I see that logic. I can see that logic because, like, they would not make that sentence specifically unless that shit was going around.
It was, yeah, and it was going around because I didn't want to take the booster.
Now you know that okay, so you know that when you take the flu virus or flu vaccine, that is they use there is an egg content in the flu vaccine. Do you think it's because of the flu vaccine? Because the flu vaccine does have
maybe it started off like that and they probably added some more whatever to it. Anyway, that's how I got my information. Because I was like, I just took the Johnson & Johnson literally 2 weeks ago, and now y'all calling me back in to take the booster to counteract whatever I just took.
So yeah, so like I was right about that. The flu does have a protein from eggs called ovalbumin.
Mm-hmm.
OVOLBUMIN. So that does have it because that's how your body uses that as a catalyst to fight the flu vaccine. Yep. So,
but that would be somewhat like a flu that we caught, if you think about it. Stuffy nose, tasteless, you drowsy, weak. That's pretty much a flu, and that's pretty much what COVID is. I think what happened was they thought, well, maybe if we use the same symptoms and add such and such to it, it should counteract whatever that we got going on with COVID.
You're talking about that's what Johnson & Johnson thought?
I think that's what they probably was thinking.
I don't think we should say think because we don't know how that process is.
Right. Technically, I don't know.
Yeah,
but they did come out.
The process is more detailed than what as far as what we as we're not scientists. We're not in the back area. We don't know how that all done.
But they did come out. But they did come out with a booster, and not everybody took it. So.
Okay. So with that being said, what I was saying about the Dr. Fauci thing is that we're trying to put this man. I mean, so people like our government. I'm not going to say individuals, but we know who the individual is trying to put this on one person to be able to say, look at our last administration. We can point to someone. See, if you say it's the government, then people can't point to one person. You know what I'm saying? They can point to the government and know there's no accountability for that. So when somebody wants to do some nefarious crap like our current president, who's trying to do nefarious crap as it is, he has.
He's not trying. He's doing it. People are just not aware of it.
We already know because there's, what other president was able to trade stocks while they're at presidency? No other president's done that.
Okay. Yeah. But like, what was it? Like everything that he's doing, every fucked up thing he's doing, he's putting it out there. It's like in, I think it's called Project 2025 or something like that.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. If you go to that website, they're listing everything they're doing, everything they're going to do, everything that is in progress, and everything that they have achieved.
All right, so let me clarify that a little bit, Chris, because I have done. It seems like I figured you did a little bit more research than you do about that. Project 2025 is technically supposed to be not a real thing. It's supposed to be so technically it's supposed to have been some scholars that were conservative that made this thing that just saying this is what we would like to see if ever we were able to do this. It never supposed to be a thing. Trump said he would never do the Project 2025 things. But if you do check the Project 2025 and what's currently going on, there is some things that is going that route. I mean, yes, not as extreme, but it is going that route in a way. But there is, he hasn't made it 100% the way it is, and there is some loose situation because one, a lot of that stuff has to be voted into, so you can't just he can't even if he uses executive powers to do the where he signs an executive order, that still can be, the court can still break that down. So that's not, it's not like he can just be like, hey, let's shoot all black people today. I mean, it's not going to happen. So, so when you look into that, Chris, and going to that's the thing of Project 2025. I know about it. It is there. I'm not saying that he's not following that in some type of order, but according to him, when he got elected, and they talked about it, he said he don't believe in that. He don't believe in none of it, and he wasn't going to go by it. But then, if you look at the Project 2025 and you look his current agenda, there is some there's some correlation with it, but I don't think it's exactly word for word, book for book how they want it, because Project 2025 has some extreme shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have, like everybody has to have babies. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
Yeah, all right. You're right. It was something related to Project 2025, and I've been looking for it and I can't find it. But you can actually go through and see the progress of what they're doing. All like the what was that with the DEI stuff?
Yep.
All
The
of that
DEI.
was on there. All of that was on
Yep.
there, and nobody checked it out. Now, maybe they did check it out, but they had no idea what it meant because the language they use is not language that we can just outright understand right off the bat without having to do some research.
Yes, they made it very complicated.
Yeah.
It's not something that a normal everyday person can read Project 2025 and be like, "Oh, okay, I understood." No, it's like, what did they just? Because they use that lawyer corporate talk where it's like never really saying anything but saying everything. That kind of conversation. I mean, I don't know if you ever know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's where somebody tells you everything but don't say nothing. Right. It's hard to explain that, but that's like that just bothers me when I hear that. But anyway, so that's an interesting concept. That's some interesting stuff there. So, Chris, Ed, what's going on with you, man? Tell us something. Tell us something interesting, fun, and lighten up the mood a little bit.
Well, I'm enjoying my Steam Deck. I like that. It's very people wrong about the Steam Deck. I understand where they're going with it. It's pretty nice. Got my emulators on there and all that
Steam
stuff.
Deck or Steam Machine?
I'm sorry, Steam Machine. I'm sorry. Let me say Steam Machine. It's doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. Like when I want to go in the living room and play Path of Exile or something like that, I can sit right there on the couch and play Path of Exile with no problems. If anybody want a Steam Machine, you should give it a shot. Try it out.
No, you shouldn't give it a shot because you can't get it. There's no way to get it.
Oh, they're not putting it out no more?
No, it's not they ain't putting it out
It's
no
just
more.
supply and cost of everything, dude.
The supply, the demand, and the cost is out there. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't suggest if you can get it reasonably, and somebody's willing to give it to you, or you're able to buy it at a reasonable price, then get it. I don't know if it's I think a lot of people are more impressed by it than what the original initial reviewers were out there with. Even Linus kind of came back and said, "Oh, okay, after having it for a while, it's a lot better than I thought." A lot of reviewers have, came back and said, "Hey, what we originally said is maybe we just didn't do enough time with it."
Mm-hmm.
So
So is that
I
what
think,
happened? So, cause see, I didn't really keep up with a lot of that. So at first they were saying that the steam machine wasn't good or it wasn't worth it or
well,
something.
no, they said it wasn't worth the money to buy it at
Right.
thousand
Which
Right.
which which everybody knew that. Which everybody knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Steam knew that.
but with but people who have received it and really wanted it and using it on the daily, they feel like it's doing better than what everybody is. Because if you look at a lot of people compared them to the system, another system of its type, and a lot of these reviewers had it before it was even really weeks before it launched, so they were still dealing with it before Valve did any sending any updates out or anything like that. So right now, and also before FSR 4 was out too, is 4. So a lot of those things they were concerned about, like power, usage, money. A lot of people are now saying that, hey, it's not as bad as y'all think. For $1,000, this machine is more than capable, even more capable than a PlayStation or an Xbox. Most people say, "Oh, well, barely capable as a PlayStation or Xbox," but no, they're saying it's a lot more capable than
It's
a PlayStation
it's
and an
solid.
Xbox.
It's definitely
So
solid.
it's a very and also if you have any type of use case scenario, and also it's probably best there. And also the last crux, and this is the last thing I'll say, is that the form factor can't be beat. That form
Yes.
factor is almost impossible
Yeah, that's
to
small,
beat.
dude. It is real. I
And
was impressed by how small it
and
was.
even if you make a small form factor PC, people don't realize how expensive small form
Yep.
factors can get because of the equipment for it, or the parts for it are so niche that they're so expensive. So if you wanted to get an SFP, whatever it's called, what's the power supplies called? FSP, FSF, whatever. The small form factor SFF, I think small form factor power supplies that only do 250 watts. Not everybody makes those, and they got to be small. They got to fit the right spot. There's a premium for those. They're not not everybody buys those. You normally buy a standard ATX power supply, right? So if you buy one of those, you're going to pay double the price of what you would have cheap, another power supply.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get a graphics card to fit in the small spaces, that's a hard thing. And then finding
Mm-hmm.
one that has smaller brackets. A company makes those. They don't make them, just to they don't make them just to say, okay, everybody get them for cheap. They make them with a premium because people don't buy them, and
Right.
they don't make
Well,
many of them.
well,
So
yeah, go
go ahead.
ahead.
No,
Well,
no,
what,
no.
what
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say was I was at work and I had a friend, it was a female, and she wanted to buy a PC, and she knew she was gonna have to spend probably about 5,000. She already said it. I said, "Man, that's a lot." I said, "You might as well go ahead and get the Steam machine." She said, "What's that?" I said, "It's a PC console." She said, "Oh yeah, I got a PS5." I said, "Well, it's a PC, but it's kind of made for the console users or whatever." And then she was like, "Let me check it out." So I pulled it up on I showed her some videos of it. She said, "Oh," she literally logged in her Steam and went and got a reserve, put a reserve in. And I was like, "You're like that. You're definitely like that."
But why 5,000? What was the why?
She said her uncle was gonna build her one, and he priced one out for 5,000. I said the reason probably 5,000 is because he probably uh going for a graphic card, and you better be careful because he might get that graphic card, switch his out.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like 5,000.
She was like,
But Chris,
I didn't think of that. I was
Chris
like,
did
yeah.
say, nowadays $7,000 for a PC. But is that now, Chris? Well, I was going to ask you about that. I did want to get back to that for one quick brief moment, and then we can go something else completely. But when you were saying 7,000 for a computer, is that for a mid-range computer? Like, because I'm thinking when I
I'm
build my
thinking
computer,
it's like in a spot between mid range to upper range.
okay. Because I'm saying when I build my computer, right? I normally try to I hit usually the highest things, and normally it's around $5,000. But I am the one percenter who wants that computer to be like that. Me, you, and Ed are the one percenters that want computers that are high end, and we want them for uh, uh, use case scenarios that most people are
Well,
not using.
okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm there anymore. And here's the reason why. So, what really helped me to really start paying attention to this, what I'm about to talk about, is the Steam Deck. Now,
Okay.
the Steam Deck, okay, I'm playing on my computer, my monitor's in 4K. I want to set all the graphic settings high, and that's what I always wanted to do. But then also
Candy.
yeah, and I just wanted to look pretty and amazing. But then I'm playing it on the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck is it's almost a 720p, 800. It's an 800p screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's 800, but 720p is probably where it plays best at. But go ahead.
no, 800, dude. It's in a weird aspect ratio. It's not a 6x9 or
it's a
9
it's a 6
or
by
16
9 by 10 or 6 by
6. Yeah, it's like a 6x10 or something like that. Or wait, we have it wrong. 9x16. So it's probably 10 by 16.
Yeah, there we go.
No, 16 by 9. There we go. It's 16 by 9, 16 by 10.
Yeah, 16 by 10. That's what it is.
Yeah, so it's a 16 by 10 screen, but it's at a lower resolution, nowhere near 4K. And I have the OLED version where the screen can, refresh rate is up to 90 hertz, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 90 hertz, which is much lower than the frames I'm used to playing at. And I found, like, holy crap, I never noticed. Like, I see it immediately, like, oh, fuck, this does not feel good on my eyes. But then eventually I just stopped giving a shit. And I kept playing. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I've been playing at 60 frames. What if I drop it down to 40 frames? 40 frames is a little bit tough, but you do squeeze more life out of your battery that way. And so playing at a much lower resolution and bringing down some of the graphic quality has had me thinking, like, okay, well, maybe I don't need to upgrade this computer because I can still video edit on it. I can still game on it, and I'm still playing at 4K, getting some really good frames on it. Well, of course, with DLSS, but I have a GTX, was it 3080? RTX, sorry, yeah, RTX 3080. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? This is still kicking ass. I'm keeping the temperatures cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, there's no need for me to go out and get the best thing right.
Okay. So that's a great thing for me. Now listen to this. I did upgrade last year we did, and and I'm happy where I'm at, but I don't think I want to, like normally when I upgraded, probably the next 4 years before I upgrade again. Because normally I do get the top of the line parts. Me and Eddie and even Chris, you see Chris said he changed his mind now on how.
Well, at that time, the 3080 that was top of the line when we
we got 3080 when it was top of the line.
Yeah, that was like
honest with you, all of us had that same system.
Same system, yeah.
We all had, but me and Eddie has upgraded, and Chris has seemed to stay where he's at currently. But we all had 16 cores, 32 threads, RDNA, not RDNA, Ryzen, what was it? Was it 7 or the 6 gen or 7 gen, whatever it is? Or because we're in 6. Wait, no. It's
actually,
5,
I had.
Yeah, but you know what? Like,
I had the Intel, Mike.
But you guys, and then you guys upgraded for some reason. But like the reason why I didn't is because if I upgraded just for games, fine. But I also have to think about a new processor, new motherboard. I have to think about like video editing. And so I do have to max out my memory as much as I can, and so it's an added cost for me. And I have found that doing a custom loop on my computer is amazing and is keeping everything nice and cool. And so and then that extends the life of all my shit. So now I have to like budget for that. And so, yeah, man, it's tough, man. I have to keep all of that in mind, and I can't upgrade as as much as you guys do.
No. Ain't no upgrades. We did it all at the
Well,
same time. It's just
right,
this
right.
time
It's just this
we
time you did
upgraded
it.
and you
So it's
were
one
thinking about
time.
it, but
Yeah.
you were going through a lot of personal things that kind of, and then the RAM pride crisis hit. Now nobody wants to upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade.
Dude,
I am not
we
upgrading.
got lucky.
Hell yeah, because I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna.
God.
You know my RAM. I bought it for $500 for 96 gigs. It is now almost triple.
Man, yeah, I think mine like 1,200 or something like that.
Mine is like 15 or something like that. Like 15 almost.
Like I can take my RAM out at 1,200.
Yeah, just about like, God dang it, take my RAM out and sell it.
It's the top of the line of course there, but yeah, that's crazy.
With I got G Skills Trident Zeo Neo Royals with all the blingy bling.
Yeah, I think I got Vengeance or Saber.
Yeah, you got the Vengeance. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So interesting. That is some cool stuff.
All right, in the nick of time, man. That's crazy.
Man, right in the nick of time. All right, so last thing I want to speak about today, if y'all don't mind, I want to ask y'all basically a question about just how do y'all feel on a daily basis on like, do you, because I know we're all older men. I'm the oldest one in this panel, right? Being 50. And y'all in your 40s. Okay, so as y'all get up daily, do y'all see yourself having more issues than not, like on your day to day? Like,
yes, of course. What kind of fucking question is that?
I was just dizzy 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
I know that because when it comes to men's health, we don't really, the whole thing. We don't really talk about our health as much, and we need to start getting that, especially Black men health, because we feel so ashamed of being not strong Black men as we're supposed to be.
Mike, you need some sympathy right now.
No, I don't need no sympathy, but I do need to realize that as I get older, now I'm 50 and over the hill and slowly, I ain't gonna say slowly, but I am going down it at a I guess interesting level. I mean, really, I feel better than I would think, because I've had some friends of mine, hint Eddie, who takes a lot more pills and things that I have to and my age. Even though I am, unfortunately, I am I'm not overweight. I'm not in shape, but I am trying to eat better, eat right, and do better. But I am lucky because I know a few of my friends that are around my age, that even a little bit younger than me, that have a lot more issues than even I do. And I'm not saying I don't have no issues, but man, when I look at some of my friends, I got a friend of mine that not too long ago, and this is not y'all, but somebody I went to middle school with and spoke to him. Come to find out, he's, close to, he almost got close to death because of so many bad things that happened to him with his medical problems. And I'm like, man, and I'm thinking, I feel great. And he barely can get up or do his daily things. And he's younger than me. I mean, not a lot, but I'm 50, he's probably 49, 48, something like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. So it's just so strange that we can be in the same world of age, the same age group, but different levels of health. So just want to talk to you about it. Just thought we talk about it.
Man, Ed, look at Mike processing his mortality.
No, I've been processing.
He's like, but nah, man. Like, I know it's
like,
my
I
knee.
gotta go. Everybody going down.
So my right knee right now is doing something weird. It's been stiff since the last day at Iceland. So the last day in Iceland, I was looking at my knee and it was swollen, and like it felt like it was healing from something. When you have a body part healing from something, it'll start radiating heat.
Yep.
So I put my hand on my knee, and my knee is warm, but on the other knee,
it feels normal.
It feels normal, yeah. So get back here, and it wasn't stiff anymore. And then like a couple days later, it was stiff again. And then a couple more days, and then like, so it comes and goes. So it's like weird shit like that.
A touch of arthritis.
I don't know. Maybe I got to go get it checked out. But I remember when I turned 30, I was like, my body was like, no more milk, dude. I didn't have any more milk.
Well, I still drink my milk is my.
Now I know, dude. You drink milk a very alarming amount.
Milk. God, crazy on
milk.
Yeah, man.
I just had some not too long ago.
So with me, of course, I'm a pre-diabetic.
Are you pre or are you diabetic?
No, I'm a pre-diabetic. But
well,
that's hereditary.
I thought you were diabetic, dude.
Well,
like you take medication for it, or do you get insulin shots?
No, I take Ozempic.
Yeah, you take a shot.
Yeah, so
yeah,
but the Ozempic, but that's pre, ain't it?
Nah, pre is when you don't have to take anything. You just need to watch what you eat and exercise. Pre doesn't mean okay. So pre normally when you're pre-diabetic, like I'm pre-diabetic, Eddie. Just like I said, mine was what 5. But I'm 6.1. My A1C is 6.1. So being 6.1 and 5.7 and lower is not pre-diabetic. 5.8 to well, it depends on where you're at. Can be pre-diabetic, but basically what they're saying is that you can change your diet, change your way you are, and then you'll just automatically get back as long as you change your diet and what you eat, and do some.
So pre-diabetic basically means you're not diabetic yet, and you can change things now, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. When you're diabetic.
Whoa, dude, you took such a long ways around to that.
Well, I am, Chris.
Yeah,
you're so good at you so eloquently. You talk so eloquently sometimes, and I just kind of stumble upon my words. But anyway.
Oh, thanks, bro. No, I mean that's good. Thanks.
Well, let me finish, Mike.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a diabetic, I guess. And I have high blood pressure. But both of those run in my family. They run in my diabetics and high blood pressure run high in my family. So I guess I got the curse or whatever. Because just like 10 minutes ago, I was just laying down, man, and I got dizzy, and I was like, oh, I gotta take my medicine. And I was like, so I went and took a shot, and I mean, I'm fine now, but I was thinking, I'm like, man, that's crazy.
And see that's saying, Eddie. It's crazy that I'm lucky that the only thing I'm taking right now is Flixer Flomax. Well, I'm taking another version of Flomax, which is for my prostate. Other than that, everything else seems to be okay with me. I do need to, like I said, lose a little weight. I do need to. I am cutting out sugar. The only thing I do eat that sugar is probably chocolate milk. But other than that, or drink chocolate milk. Other than that, everything else has been out. I don't eat no candy.
He kills gallons.
Yeah, like he doesn't even pour it in a cup. He drinks it from the jug.
No, I don't.
Like how I do water. I'm drinking jugs of water, and you're like jugs of.
Yeah, but see, the point is, I don't drink.
So good.
I don't buy pre-made chocolate milk. I buy milk, and I usually buy Ovaltine.
No, I do Ovaltine. Oh my god.
And Ovaltine. But listen, y'all gonna be really. You said Hershey. I buy Hershey, but I buy the Simply syrup with only 3 ingredients: sugar, cocoa, and whatever's in it. So I use that. So Ovaltine, if you drink Ovaltine, if you ever look at Ovaltine has a lot of minerals and so they infuse it with a lot of. Why what's so funny, Chris?
I didn't know Ovaltine was still being made.
Yeah, it's still being made. It's made. It's made.
Holy shit! All right,
that's an old man's drink now, even though it came out.
It was an old man's drink in the 80s.
Yeah, it's Ovaltine, baby. Because Ovaltine has so Ovaltine is the only chocolate milk that has all your vitamins and irons in it. And I want it when I was going to drink. If I'm going to drink chocolate milk, I'm going to get all my nutrients out of it.
Just take the day one pill.
No. Let him keep going because this is about to get us a fucking Ovaltine sponsorship, baby. Okay. I'll start drinking Ovaltine, be like, yeah, man, it's fucking up my stomach, but whatever.
Ovaltine, hey, Chris, you froze on us, but okay, you're back. All right, so Ovaltine, and then I take but Ovaltine has like the flavor of it it's not as chocolatey, and it's really hard for me to not that it's hard for me. I'll drink it with just Ovaltine by itself, but I like the more chocolatey flavor. So I take the only Simply Hershey. I don't use the regular Hershey because that shit got so much damn crap in it. It's insane. But I take the Simply Hershey and I'll put a little bit in it to make it a little bit more chocolatey. And then normally I drink a thing of milk. So that's what I do.
God, you're a serial killer, dude.
So it's not Ovaltine anymore.
For drinking chocolate milk? I ain't out here killing animals.
Nigga, I don't know anybody with a chocolate milk ritual.
Their dad's gonna walk on the scene like, is that a bottle of Ovaltine?
Oh, bottle. They don't come in bottles.
No, they don't come in bottles. They come in canisters, nigga. Is this powder?
It's the body under a can of Ovaltine.
It's like Nestle Quick. You remember how Nestle Quick was powder?
Yeah, you got to scoop it.
Yeah, it's powder. Yeah,
I got some of that. I got some Nestle Quick.
No, fuck with that shit. That shit's terrible. See, and I say if you take the Ovaltine, which has all the vitamins and all the nice, been infused with all that good stuff, and then I have the Simply Chocolate, and I use 2% milk. It's really not bad for you. Only thing I'm getting is a little bit of sugar, which is I'm trying to stay away from all other sugar. This is the only sugar I get. Other than that, everything else I don't deal with. I don't drink pops anymore. If I drink pops, I'll drink either diet or zeros, mostly zeros. If I drink tea, I'll have unsweet tea with monk sugar or stevia. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay away from all that, as much sugar as possible. Other than that, that's my only crutch is chocolate milk. And I do drink probably more than I should in a day. I mean, I probably go through a gallon in like, I don't even want
2 hours. We know, dude. We know.
Not 2 hours, but it's not long. I mean, I can go through a gallon quickly, man. But once I run out of chocolate milk, though, I won't touch the milk. Just sit in the refrigerator. I'll just take it like maybe a small cup every blue moon, but.
No, be real. You don't use cups. Man, you walk around with their...
Not if it... Nope, not at all. But anyway. So, no, that's how I want to talk. But other than that, we're good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start wrapping it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. We had a good one today. I like today's story. I like what we got going on.
Yeah, it felt good. Yeah. All right, guys, give me a location that is near and dear to your heart. And I don't know how to explain it. So I will tell you, I'll go first and tell you mine, okay? So one place for me that's very near and dear to my heart was this place that doesn't exist anymore. It was in Antioch, Tennessee. I happened to come across it one night because I used to drive around a lot, real late at night. And in this particular area of Antioch, there was this gravel road you could drive down. And it led to absolutely nothing. It was kind of close to 24. People, if you know, you know. It was kind of close to 24. But it was just pretty much isolated. And so like that used to be my escape. I used to drive out there with like 240s. And I'll drink through both.
Chris drinking 40s sounds so funny.
Oh, dude, you had no idea, man. I consumed so many 40s all throughout college and time afterwards. That Steel Reserve. Oh,
that is broke black people drinks. And don't get me wrong, I was
broke. I was broke. Right. I was broke and I was black.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, I would go there to my spot and I would drink my 240s. I'd leave I turned the engine off, but leave the music playing some really good, smooth tunes. And every time, like I would drink, and when I was done with my 240s and smash them over the ravine or whatnot into the ditch, I get into the car, go home, and I'm at peace. So eventually they put like a huge electrical substation there or whatever, and I couldn't go there anymore. So that's what I'm talking about. Was there a place of peace for you?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, it's this place in Chicago, Illinois. It's called over there by Hyde Park. And I met this girl. Oh my God, bro. Right now today, I remember her like I was young. And she looked like Jada Pinkett at the time. Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. He's still the heart. Oh.
Listen, man. We dated for maybe 8 months, but I didn't live around there though. I lived on the south side in the hundreds. But every chance I got, I was hurt that my auntie moved from that area because that was my reason to go out there. So, but I went out there for a couple summers, but I ain't gonna never forget that, man. And she ended up. What happened was she ended up moving, and I didn't. I was stupid, bro. I didn't get no information, no nothing, man.
So have you looked her up lately?
Yes. Matter of fact, it was like a month ago. I tried to look for her, can't find her. I thought I came close to because she got a couple of sisters, but I don't know. I can't find her.
Bro, I know what you're talking about, dude. It's like a very nostalgic feeling, and a song, just a song could just like just unload and open the gates of those memories, dude. For me, it's weird, but it's Total's Kissing You. And the first thought that comes to my mind when I hear it is when in the 90s, when that song was constantly playing on 96.5 jamming. You remember that? Is that radio station still there?
Yeah,
96.5.
Okay, so yeah. So, and I was on the front porch of somebody.
It's about 96.5 WGCI?
No, it's not called WGCI. WDR. It's
DRB. No, that's WDRB TV, Fox 41 Louisville.
Ours is WGCI.
No, now I can't think of it.
All right, well,
they might have changed.
While you're looking that up, so I was painting the front porch of a lady from our church, and she put out a radio out there for me, and so I tuned it into B96.5 jamming. Yeah,
it's not jamming no more though.
Oh, it's not jamming no more.
No, it's just and it says for hip hop though.
Yeah, so like that song came on the radio, and for some reason it just got logged into my memory. And so now every time I hear that song, I think about painting on that lady's porch. Very nostalgic for me, but also it brings back the whole mood of that whole summer for me. And so then like sometimes like it'll come to me like when I'm having like a little bourbon on the back porch. And I'm just like, man, yeah, man. And I want to explore and live in those memories for a little bit because that summer was a pretty good one for me. And so the way you were talking about it, Ed, and the look on your face, I was like, oh, I know what that is. I knew exactly what that is. Yeah, man. That's what's up.
That was a good summer, man.
All right,
I actually got in 2 fights too, but that was all part of it.
Were they pretty good fights? All right. Well, what about you, Mike? You got a special place that's nostalgic?
I know Mike got some.
I got one. I mean, really not some. I just got one.
All right.
It's kind of my childhood. And it's nostalgic, but I probably never, ever go there in my life now. It was only as a kid, and as a kid, it's something that only kids would do and whatever. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, it doesn't equate the same. All right, so I used to live in a little neighborhood called Village West. It's loosely a projects here in Louisville. Sort of close to the West End. Well, it is the West End. It's on 10th Broadway. We used to live in Village West, and they had phases, phase 1, 2, and 3. I used to live in phase 3. And when we had this, so where I lived at, at the end of our building, because the building of their apartments, they were like townhomes. Even though this is a project type place, we lived in townhomes, and everybody had their own door to their apartment that only one each one, so they're not on top of each other; they're just next to each other. As you went down the building, if you go down to the end, there's where our garbage was, where a dumpster where it had garbage, not a big one, a little wee dumpster where you can throw your garbage. Right on the other side of that, there's an alley, and in this alley, and the alley faced a major street, which is Broadway. So you always see this major street right here. Right at the end, right at that major area, there was a transformer box. The big green transformer boxes.
I remember those.
Okay. When I was younger, we used to be at night, go and sit on those things, humming. They were warm.
Man,
And we would sit there and talk, have fun, bullshit.
Yeah, man, carefree.
Right around those boxes. And it was that one box. We were there. We go there. And if I had a girl to talk to at night or a friend, we go sit down on that thing. You hear that light
hum. Somebody was out there at that box.
Warm. And it's always warm, and it was sitting there, and we always talked and had fun. So I can remember so many times that I come out there late at night, and like I just had a bad day or something like that, and one of my friends would come and we'll start talking, and we'll go sit over there and start talking. Or had some girl that I might have been talking to, and be thinking, this is a cool place for us to talk, because there was also a street lamp like right above it, sort of, kind of a little bit of ways, not really right up on it, but not too far to where it makes it bright on us, but not far enough to where just the right atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was probably one of my best spots that I can remember in forever, because I remember a lot of things happening there, like a lot as I was growing up in that neighborhood. So I think I might have my first kiss there. I had a lot of friends that we used to be sitting there just bullshitting and laughing and talking. And cutting up there, because it was the street lamp was there. We sit down, and we all young and small, and we all sit on there and bullshit. And you got and you also had the lightning bugs flying around.
Man.
Stuff like that. It was just a beautiful. Even though I didn't live in the perfect spot, y'all. I mean, I was poor, so we lived in the projects, I guess you could say. I mean, there wasn't, when I was younger. Things are not as bad as they were now. Like there's not as I didn't see no violences like it is now. But not saying it is not, and maybe because we are more connected, and we do see more than what we ever seen when I was younger. But
like it's still, it doesn't matter. I think the quality of the housing that we're in, because all three of us come from like three different places in life, right? But everybody has really good memories like that, whether they are the richest of the rich or the poorest of the poor. They all have really good nostalgic memories like that. And as you were explaining it, Mike, Ed and I both immediately felt what you were feeling, and when I was talking about my like isolation and stuff, I'm not so sure if you guys understood, but as even Ed, when he was talking about his summer, we knew about it. Like we felt it, And so it's really anybody from all walks of life can have this. And just because you're in the project, dude, doesn't mean you're not allowed to.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to say that, a lot of people feel that when you live in that environment or that circumstances, that everything's all chaos and everything's just scary and bad, and
everybody trying to like run away from gunshots. No, it's not like that, dude. I've had some really like good times in projects in Nashville.
Yeah, so
cookouts and shit, man.
Yeah, you got to understand that it's not always, what you see on the news is not what happens daily there, because what you see now and all the information you have, if you say something, so something happens here a lot is they call it California area or the Jacobson area. They call it the area, and people get shot and killed in here. But it's not just like a small little one street or whatever. It's a big area. So because something happens one area there and they talk about it every day for a week, doesn't mean your area is affected or where you're at's affected. So you don't always get that situation towards where you at, where you were like, you know, if you talk to somebody who does not there from there, oh man, you live in I mean, they don't, you know, they call it the California stuff, but that's not what they called it when I was younger. But I'll just say that because that's what they use on the news a lot nowadays. But oh, you live in the California or the Jacobs area? Oh man, didn't they get like 10 shootings? Ain't you scared you're gonna get, dude? When I'll probably be outside. I didn't hear none of that. None of that never happened to me. I'm like, you know, 10, 20 blocks from that area.
Damn, Mike.
Who knows? So
you really know how to change the topic, don't you?
no, I'm not changing it.
No, you absolutely changed it. Well, I was on
I went straight to demon mode, my man.
Yeah, I was on a nostalgic high.
No, but
and then
I
you're
was
like,
too, and I'm
oh,
just
this
like,
is my time to talk about how wrong people are about projects.
yeah, I'm just saying I had a great time.
You just talking about
Yeah.
that special moment.
Yeah, and then the moment's
and
there,
then
but I
like,
just want to also let you know there's people on here that don't know, Chris, and that's what I'm saying.
okay,
They
yeah,
listen,
but
they don't know.
like, you know, there's a time and a place, dude.
Yes,
and like,
and
I was
thought
thinking
time
like,
and
man, we're about
place.
to end this on this a really good note.
It's
but
still ending a good note.
Jesus Christ, you wanted to
still
preach
ending on
to
a good
people
note.
about. It's like,
you took that totally where I didn't want to go, but okay. It's
no,
all good.
you took it totally where I did. Yeah, dude.
No.
All right, so anybody, one thing for me for this whole nostalgia trip that we're on, one movie that takes me there every single time is The Wood. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen The Wood.
I don't know if that does it for you, but it does it for me.
What, take you where you're nostalgic at?
Yeah, from a time in the past.
My movie is Blue Hill Ave.
Probably Stand By Me.
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that, Mike, and I remember you talking about that, Ed. We actually had it in an episode
because me and Miss Jada Pinkett, we used to watch Blue Hill Ave.
Oh man, yeah.
And we used to look at each other, hold hands, and we spoke to each other without even saying a word. That's crazy.
Damn, dude.
That's
awesome.
I wish I was with her right now today, bro. I think we'd have been married and everything. I think I still would have been in Chicago and everything.
Dang, man. You know, that's so dope, man, that you got to have an experience like that. That movie for me, The Wood, like there's a lot of aspects about it that trigger like nostalgia for me. But one actually kind of mirrored me and somebody else that I was in love with. And I don't think she ever knew. I never told her. But when I watched The Wood, it kind of mirrored our back and forth throughout the years. And I was like, yeah, man. And it caught like the mood for me, like going through that timeline. And I was like, oh yeah, I like this, man. Not just that, but you know, the crazy shenanigans they get into along the way reminded me about how I used to go and do some fuck shit around town and stuff, you know, just out of fun. Yeah. But anyways, man, that's good. All right. Yeah. All right, Mike, you want to give our socials?
Yeah. Just check out our link tree link that's in the bio. It'll give you everywhere we're at. We're on all your major podcasting platforms, also on YouTube you see here. Or if you have to
please stop hitting the desk.
Yeah, that I'm sorry. But anyway, if not, you can also check us on Spotify. You can see we got the video on Spotify as well. So even if you've seen this video on YouTube or Spotify, we're both on there. But most podcasts are just, you know, voice only. So you can hear us on all major broadcasts. Also, like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what's up, man. Let us know how we're doing. You know, we just trying to hear some feedback. We're human. We're not, you know, we're just trying to have fun and enjoy it. So come and join us and hit that like, subscribe, and join the team, man. Join the team.
All right, cool, man. Ed, you want to give us some of your weekly wisdom?
Stay positive, eat healthy, especially once you get in your 30s. Take care of your business, man. Live life. That's all I can say.
All right. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. It was a pretty good conversation, and I hope this episode comes out good. I know it'll come out good. But again, maybe tune in next week. Check out what kind of crazy shit we talk about. All right. So I've been Chris.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Ed.
And this has been Off Mic on Record. Have a good one.
Peace.